Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. So my name is Hijab Upper Kwali and I am a student of Rehan School, Karawing campus. I am studying in class 7. My class name is the Future Navigators. So today we have the very honorable and grateful guest whose name is Ma'am Rakhshanda. So let's go and about herself and about her life journey. So welcome to our guest. Hello ma'am, who are you?
Good. Thank you. How are you?
I am also good. Okay, ma'am. So my question for you, my first question: can you tell us about your background and how you become a civil engineer?
Some of my background, I identify as a citizen of the earth, or global citizen. My roots are in South Asia and Indian subcontinent, or British India to be exact. And how I became a civil engineer is there is an emphasis in my family on education, both for the sons and daughters, or boys and girls. And one of the choices were to become doctor or engineer. And I have some doctors, actually they call it medicine here, so we have a lot of people in medicine in my family, or doctors as we call it in uh, Indian Indo-Pak sub-region. So I did not, I saw a lot of the idea of pain of other, somebody suffering or being in pain or getting injection or getting medicine or getting sick did not appeal to me. And I was good in math, so I chose math major. And also you have to remember that the way it was set up 20-25 years ago, even when you're 4 or 5 years old, they ask you, are you a doctor engineer? And that 12-year to 16-year-old, you have to make a decision whether you go pre-engineering or pre-medical. Pre-engineering, you study physics, chemistry, and mathematics. And pre-medical, you study physics, chemistry is same, but biology, botany. So that's how I became a civil engineer. But with the grace of Almighty, it has been a good journey. Thank you.
Amazing. Okay, ma'am. Thanks for answer. So my next question: how do you balance your professional work as an engineer with your volunteer activities?
It just fits into the day to day. Just it's requires some intentional and conscious effort. Sometimes unconscious. You have to prioritize and time management and commitment to support, similar to like how I'm making time to give you the interview because I support your cause, what you're doing. I want to help you in any way I can. Also support you in what Rehana Lawala and his team is doing at Korangi campus. So it just comes naturally. You just make a priority and let others know. Like today, I inform my family that I need this half hour or so time to give interview to Miss Hijab of Workwali.
Okay, ma'am. Thanks for answer. So my next question: what motivated you to become a mentor and coach to others in your field?
So I am a mentor and coach. I guess it just became subconsciously because when I was new out of college, I got some very good supervisors, team members, co-workers, even a secretary or technician. And also my mentor and coaching is not just for civil engineering, it's also for life skills or motivating, positive thinking, uplifting, and hard work and influence and feedback. It's not just tied to civil engineering. Some of one of the concept is paying it forward. So when I look back, a lot of my people who inspired me or motivated me, they were not necessarily my formal coaches or mentor, but they supported me or gave me feedback or they guided me. So now I think it's only natural that I do the same for others, whether they are my colleagues or they are senior than me or they are junior than me in a workplace or in life.
Okay, ma'am. Thanks for answer. So my next question: could you provide an example of a mentee you have helped and the impact you have had on their career?
So this is very interesting. You mentioned, I have quite a few examples. Some of them are I helped someone with a resume and they moved up in their job to become a director, two of them in two different areas of Texas. Texas is a very big state. And here, I will not be able to find the message here quickly, but about a year ago, I was just talking to someone who I knew through volunteering and mentoring space. And I shared with them the concept of how to have a balanced life in an imbalanced world. And the areas of life, the way that book shared was family, faith, finance, fitness, food, friends, and field meaning your job. So it's the 7 areas of life. And I was just talking to them on this particular person. uh, I don't have their permission to share their name, but in a story sharing, I'm keeping their confidentiality. We just talked about it, and they were going through some uh, decision making in their life. This person, they wanted to get married, they wanted to get a job somewhere, and they had wanted to travel the world, etc., etc. This happened last year, to August 2022, August 6th, and I didn't even know it. This year, August, this person sent me a message and they showed me the diagram we had drawn on a remote call like this one on a Google Meet. And they said from that call, they made the map for those 7 areas, and these are the achievements they made. They got engaged, they got married, they got a job. Um, in the country they wanted, and they also focused on their health, and in this particular case they also focused on their mental health, physical health. So that comes to it. It was pleasant surprise because I didn't even expect, I didn't even remember until a year later they came to me and told me about it.
Wonderful answer. Okay, ma'am, thanks for answer. So my next question, what qualities do you believe make a great mentor or coach?
This is a very interesting question. Earlier, I was looking for a book. I believe it's Teresa Harris, but I don't remember off the top of my head. I can send it to you later, and you can add it to your notes or show notes, or you can add it in your description if you want. Uh, um, this the Miss Harris, the author says, everyone they need a mentor and coach and a champion. So, in terms of the qualities that a mentor and coach needs, is first they have to guide and lead themselves and be confident, and they have to do very well in their life, not necessarily just with the material things, our money, our big house, our big car, but also have a balanced life with happiness, with their family, with their co-workers, with their social network. Be a good listener and be able to guide people, because typically a mentor or coach is not gonna give you a decision, like in this case whether to be a doctor or engineer. They're not gonna say go Miss Hijab or Miss Rakshanda, go be a doctor or be engineer or do the MBA or be a freelancer. What a good mentor does is asks you question and inspire and motivates you, that you come to the answer. The mentee or the coachee can have a better insight, and they can narrow down the decision whether they want to do the freelancing or Upwork or any other choices they are looking at, what they are comfortable with. And that's what comes to my mind. I'm sure this is a big, these are some qualities, there are many others, and on this one I don't believe there's a right or wrong answer. There, depending on who you talk to, there are many other qualities too.
Wonderful answer, and thanks for answer. So my next question, how do you stay updated with the latest developments and technologies in civil engineering?
So I attend seminars and workshops, and of course nowadays we have webinars. So my employer, once a year we have what they call the short course. It's basically a 3-day conference where they go over ethics and any new developments, research and design and structures and signing ITAs, and even survey, like nowadays drones are doing the survey, 3D design, any latest technology. It's not just new developments or research from schools and other places in the country and maybe world. I also attend seminars. We have some professional societies here. American Society of Civil Engineers. They have monthly meetings, and they take either local project or some topic. Can be geotechnical, structure, or wastewater, clean water. There are many topics. Also, there's ITE, Institute of Transportation Engineers and Traffic Engineers. So they have a national. Uh, it's a national organization, and they have a local chapter in Dallas Fort Worth area. I attend their uh, seminars too. They You have to go pay a fee, of course, and they provide lunch. During a lunch, you listen a lecture like a lunch and learn, and you learn about either again mega projects or technology or how to do better signal design or safety. And there are other venues too, like internet. ASC also has a magazine, but these are analog thing. As we know, we are in a digital world, so nowadays everything is available on YouTube and Google, right? And as the technology or IT develops, then similarly, the civil engineering also gets impacted with it positively, like I mentioned, with the drones or ORD or new software. For example, when I had joined at that time, before my time, they were using IGRDS. When I started, we had the GeoPic for roadway design, and now we have ORD, Open Road Design, which gives a 3D. Similarly, at that time, people who were in the field or inspection, they were turning their reports manually with the finding with pen and paper. But nowadays, a lot of us, those folks in the field have a cell phone or iPad, and they take pictures, and that helped a lot during the quarantine time too. During the quarantine and pandemic, a lot of technology was used. So I don't know if I answered your question, but it just depends. If you're comfortable with a paper copy and book, I use that. If somebody's comfortable with Google Podcast or YouTube, then I use, in my case, I use all of those mediums depending on where I am and what I'm looking for.
Okay, ma'am, thanks for answer. So my next question, what challenges do you find most common in your profession and how do you address them?
Uh, in my, at least with my employer and my company right now, while technology helps us a lot, it can also have a sometime unintended consequence, because everyone want everything instantaneously, like type something and Google gives you answer. Well, as you know, they say Rome was not built in one day, right? So you cannot build a, like Sakhar Beraj or road Kotri, you cannot build the, London Bridge in one day. So that's one challenge. The other challenge is right now, at least in USA, both in the public and private sector, there's a shortage of qualified labor. And there are multiple reasons. One of them is the demographics, because the people who were called baby boomers, our greatest generation, they are either retiring, quitting, or they are no longer in the workforce. And the second is back in the, I think, late 80s, early 90s, a lot of people, I guess from many places, I don't know where, but maybe all over the world, for example, even from China or Indian subcontinent or where folks went a lot into IT and computers, and maybe not as much as into civil engineering. So now, 20, 30 years later, we don't have enough civil engineers to do the work. So, like if I'm looking for an employee to hire, there's not enough applications or qualified applicants with that kind of experience. So that's one challenge. The other is just day to day. You just deal with it as you go. It can be technical. It can be with the team. It can be a different point of view with a public citizen or with your boss or administration. And depending on how it is, you just find a good solution that's safe and good for public and and as well as our agency, and you just deal with it like that.
Okay, ma'am, thanks for answer. So my next question, in your opinion, what are some key trends shaping the future of civil engineering?
That is that's going to be a very long answer, but in summary, there is connected and automated vehicles. There's electric vehicles like Tesla and other, even Ford or Toyota or General Motors and Chevrolet. They are looking at connected and automated vehicles. So it's like the sky is the limit. There's no limit. These are connected vehicles. They'll be talking to each other. There are already projects or pilot projects with the driverless cars. So there's in road transportation. Drones, I already mentioned. A 3D design that helps us 3D in the sense that if we had only X and Y plane, two-dimensional picture or drawing, now it's 3D, X, Y, and Z. And also some research or technology, like for some place we don't just mix the concrete, with the cement, water, and aggregate and lay it by hand. There are technologies in other places or research where they bring out concrete and roll it out like a carpet, so then that saves a lot of time. And underwater and bridge inspection, there's a lot of anything that's happening with the IoT, internet of things, that's impacting civil engineering or transportation in my industry, whether it's for signals and signage, for safety, for operations, for surveying, for roadway design, and inspection and field work. And there are many, many fields, but I'm giving you a very summarized version of it.
Okay, ma'am, thanks for answer. So my next question, as a champion at heart, can you share an experience where you have overcome a significant obstacle or setback?
It's interesting you asked me this question. The other day, there was a senior colleague who was sharing with me that life is a challenge and life is a struggle. You have to go with it. So the champion at heart, your specific question, nothing comes to mind off the top of my head. Maybe it will come to me later. But when I put champion at heart, I'm champion for others. I'm champion for someone who needs help or moral support, and also champion for causes, right? For example, alleviate poverty, alleviate hunger, provide clean water to places which are not as developed, and also just support people. There's a lot of right now. There's emphasis on at least here in USA, maybe Western world, maybe somewhere else, is a DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, which means that people of all color, creed, ethnicity, doesn't matter anybody's religion or their gender or which tribe they belong, their surname, last name, or their language or province or state, and men and women, children, everybody should have a equal opportunity and not just get in the workforce but also move up. So when I look at being a champion as a champion for causes and champion for other people, especially someone who may be there's a term here in English, underdog, somebody who doesn't have a support or who gets bullied or they may not have, don't get the chance. So how to uplift them or bring them to front and support them and champion their cause, meaning champion them, bring them to introduce them to the right people, tell them about other opportunities that are available. And this ties to the Miss Harris book when she said that everyone in their career needs a coach, a mentor, and a champion. Just in a way, this is not like a champion in boxing or champion in squash. This is more a champion for somebody or some cause or philanthropy or charity and things like that.
Amazing, and thanks for answer. So my next question, um, what motivates you to keep pushing forward and striving for success in your career and personal life?
What motivates me to keep pushing forward and striving for success? I guess maybe it comes to me in my nature. This is how the Almighty made me. And it's also a necessity because you have to keep up with the day to day and also look at future planning, right? Like a 4-year, 5-year, or 30-year plan, what's going to be in the life or what you want to do. And other thing, maybe I know we have talked a lot about the career and profession, but at least in most some people, I should say most are some people's case, but definitely in my case, the career is not what defines me, right? There are hobbies, there can be passion project, I do some poetry. I've had a radio show. I volunteered. I had a live radio show on a local community station, which was a good experience. And also, I'm interviewing with you, and I've also always, for a long time, I'm driven to and inspired and motivated by podcasts. So I follow some of the thought leaders. So all of those things combined, they inspire me and they motivate me. And sometimes it can be someone I met in social life or at work, and the way they carry themselves, the way they help, the way they are confident or positive, all of those things help. So it just comes naturally and then depends on the time and situation. So you just have to pick up the pieces and just keep going.
Wonderful answer, and thanks for answer. So my next question: what do you see yourself achieving in the next 5 years, both as an engineer and in your other roles?
This I could have probably told you this 10 or 15 years ago, but now who knows? I may tell you something today, and a week from now a new technology or something will come, because as you know, right now the technology is changing so rapidly that you buy a cell phone today and a week from now it's going to be obsolete, or you buy a car today and 2 months from now a new model is there, right, with the better features. So as a civil engineer in personal life, in civil engineering, I would like my goal would be to continue with tools and things that we use or need to use, such as Tableau and software like Primavera. It used to be Windows based, now it's going to be cloud based, OPC, Oracle Primavera Cloud, and as well as keep up with the latest trends and technology to help my team and my agency better. And then personal life, who knows? The possibilities are limitless, right? I could be an author, I could be a influencer, YouTuber. There are endless possibilities. But yeah, who knows? I could tell you something for 5 years, but then in 5 weeks or 5 months, something new may come and inspire me, and I would put that in my plan too. And sometimes they go correlate with each other, like time management, networking, social skills. They translate. So it's not like if you're a civil engineer, you cannot be a YouTuber or freelancer, or you cannot be a philanthropist.
Okay, ma'am, thanks for answer. So my next question, finally, could you share a piece of wisdom or a motto that guides you in your journey as a civil engineer and a dedicated volunteer, mentor, coach, and champion?
If I have this is I have many ideas coming, but if I have to just pick one or two, one would be uh, work. If I could say one thing to some, I could share some. I don't know if I'm the right person to give any wisdom or something. I'm also learning. It's a journey. It's a work in progress. But at least at this point in my life, I would say that uh, uh, make yourself better. Like in my case, I share with others too. The goal is to be better today, be better version of yourself today than you were yesterday, and tomorrow be even better than today. So it's a constant learning, listening, reading books, or following mentors, or even thought leaders, and learn and be the best in your industry or in your work, and also be a good human being. And the other thing I'll say, definitely along the same lines, pay it forward. What do I mean by that? If someone taught you something, you know something, please share it with others. So if you are good at Upwork or you're good at freelancing, please teach someone about it. And pay it forward, be nice, provide value to others. And there's also a saying which this person I listen to radio, this says ke, um, आप दूसरों के लिए आसानियां पैदा करें, रब आपके लिए आसानियां पैदा करेगा. How they translate says is make things easy for others, and the Almighty will make it easy for you. And I don't mean it in a transactional way. I think it should just be nice to others and provide value and make things easy for others, regardless of a return. Don't expect something in return.
Okay, ma'am, thank you for your valuable time and give us many knowledge. Thank you so much.
You are welcome. I appreciate you reaching out, and I appreciate the opportunity, and I wish you all the best. Thank you. And
Okay,
bye.
ma'am, thank you. Okay, viewers, I am Hijab Upper Kwali and my guest, Ma'am Rakhshanda. So I hope that you understand our interview and ma'am share this some insightful knowledge. I hope that you understand. So see you in my next interview. Until then, Allah, bye bye. Okay, ma'am, Allah Hafiz. Take care.
Thank you. Allah Hafiz. Same to you.